The silence didn't last long. Just when critics thought the moment had passed, just when the noise faded, just when they said the hype was over, Nike moved. Not a rumor, not a leak, not a player exclusive. A real signature shoe, a real release window, a real statement. And with it, Caitlin Clark's next chapter officially begins. For months, the question lingered in the background of women's basketball. Where is the shoe? Caitlin Clark had shattered records, redefined range, pulled casual fans into arenas. Yet somehow, signature moment felt delayed. Critics whispered, fans waited. The spotlight dimmed, just slightly, until now. Because buried in a quiet announcement from Nike is a sentence that changes everything. Spring 2026. Not off-season, not a dead window, but right in the heart of the WNBA season. Timing is never accidental.
Caitlin Clark finally have a release date for her signature Nike sneaker. This is not a PE. It's the CC one. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. And I'm here to tell you, news is coming out of Nike that Caitlin Clark's signature shoe finally has motion. Yes, you heard me correctly. Caitlin Clark signature shoe has motion, and I believe they dropped a little commercial too to go with it. Man, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. This news just broke about 5 minutes ago. It says Caitlin Clark anticipated Nike signature shoe is expected to launch in spring of 2026.
This isn't just a shoe, it's a correction. Nike doesn't release signatures casually. They wait for moments. They wait for leverage. And Caitlin Clark's leverage never disappeared. It was simply paused. Because the truth is, her fan base never left. The energy never died. It just needed a spark. And Nike struck the match. A commercial surfaces, short, simple, dangerous. Not flashy cuts, not loud branding, just a question. Can she make it from there?
Her shoes getting released is potentially going to fix her hype. Yes, because if Caitlin Clark fans, which I think they're still there, we got to brush the dirt, the dust off the shoulders, clean up the old CC gear, the old Iowa gear, and come on out the pipeline. Because Caitlin Clark got motion again, and she finna have big girl motion. Big basketball motion, I should say. It says Nike signature Roger features all-time greats and an incredibly proud to join some of the best. Oh, Caitlin Clark, I am incredibly proud to join.
The brilliance of the ad isn't what she says. It's what she doesn't need to explain. No stats. No montage, no backstory, just shots from everywhere, from places no one else dares to try, from angles that feel irresponsible, and suddenly the argument ends. Because when she drains the last shot, there's nothing left to debate.
And this is the new Caitlin Clark commercial, y'all. Let's listen.
Hey, Caitlin, can you make it from there?
Hey, Caitlin, how about from here?
Come on, guys.
Yeah, she can't make it from there.
No chance.
Caitlin, from me to left? You got it.
I'm not even gonna ask.
Hey, Caitlin from here might be impressive. Am I right?
Whatever, Jay.
From right here.
From there.
The boys wanna be her, the girls wanna be her.
From anywhere.
Girls wanna be her, the boys wanna be her.
All right, well, looks like she can do it.
This is Nike reminding the world who they bet on. Not a system player, not a momentary trend, but a shooter who bent defenses and culture. And for the first time in months, the Caitlin Clark effect feels loud again. The reaction says it all. Shock, silence, then disbelief. Even hardened analysts pause, because this isn't nostalgia, it's momentum. Nike doesn't revive hype, they activate it, and the timing aligns perfectly. WNBA season, national attention, young fans discovering her for the first time, and old fans dusting off Iowa jerseys. The machine is back online.
Oh, yeah. Jason, why don't you show Caitlin how us Cleveland boys shoot from behind the arc?
Yeah, baller!
Woo-hoo! That was actually pretty smooth for a guy that didn't play basketball.
Nothing but basket.
I bet you can't do that, Caitlin.
But the shoe isn't the only signal. She's everywhere. Without forcing it, Team USA appearances, quiet leadership moments, no controversy, No noise, just presence. When she speaks about representing the country, there's no bravado, only gratitude, only purpose. This matters because signature athletes don't just sell shoes, they sell trust. And Caitlin Clark is becoming something rarer than a score. She's becoming safe, dependable, marketable, without losing edge. That balance is gold. Then there's the part no headline leads with, the toy drive, no cameras chasing her, no rollout strategy, just showing up, giving back, posting it herself, not for applause, but for visibility, because influence is only real when it reaches beyond the game, and Nike sees that too. Here's the real takeaway. This isn't about a sneaker. This is about positioning. Nike waited until Caitlin Clark became unavoidable again, until her name carried both performance and principle, until the league needed a face and casual fans needed a reason to care. Spring 2026 isn't a release date. It's a declaration. The noise is returning. The debates will restart. The cameras will follow. The arenas will buzz. Because once a signature shoe hits the floor, there's no turning back. Caitlin Clark isn't chasing relevance. Relevance is circling back to her. And this time, she's ready, not just to play, but to lead. And leadership changes everything. Because when Caitlin Clark steps into this phase, the expectations shift. It's no longer about proving range, or silencing doubters, or carrying a college legacy into the pros. Now it's about ownership. Ownership of the moment. Ownership of the league's momentum. Ownership of what comes next. Every generation gets one player who forces the system to adapt, not by demanding it, but by existing at a level the system can't ignore. Caitlin Clark is becoming that force. For the WNBA, this moment matters more than people realize. A signature shoe isn't just a product launch. It's a commitment. It tells young players who the league is willing to build around. It tells sponsors where the future attention lives. It tells broadcasters which storylines are safe bets. And Nike never bets small. They don't build around maybes. They build around inevitability. This is where the narrative flips, because Caitlin Clark is no longer the disruptor knocking at the door. She's inside now, part of the structure, part of the strategy, part of the long-term vision. And with that comes pressure most athletes never face. To stay visible without forcing it, to stay authentic while becoming commercial, to stay dominant while being dissected nightly. This is the hardest phase of stardom, and it's where most stories fracture. But watch closely. Clark doesn't rush it. She doesn't oversell it. She doesn't chase controversy for relevance. She lets the game speak. She lets timing work. She lets silence build tension. That patience is power. As spring 2026 approaches, the buildup will intensify. Previews, leaks, debates over design and performance. But the real impact won't be online. It'll be in gyms, in driveways, in young players pulling up from too deep because they watched someone else do it first. That's how culture spreads. Not through ads, but through imitation. And that's the part Nike understands better than anyone. You don't just sell shoes, you sell permission. Permission to try. Permission to fail loudly. Permission to shoot when everyone says you shouldn't. Caitlin Clark gave people that permission long before the shoe existed. Now the shoe simply puts a name on it. So when this era is looked back on, it won't be remembered as a comeback. It'll be remembered as a confirmation. Confirmation that the moment was real, that the hype was earned, that the pause wasn't decline, it was alignment. Because some careers don't explode once. They pulse, they pull back, they reset, and then they return louder, with structure behind them. Caitlin Clark didn't disappear. She was preparing. And now, the next chapter isn't asking for attention. It's commanding it.